As 7 of our prototypes have lined up, and it's a good rows for the start. Green flag is out. We are on our way for our first race of the weekend here in the Zenith Racing Series, plunging down into the 90. Round the outside, Hibbett is going to try and challenge for the lead, sees if he could carry the speed. Not quite. Jason Alder is going to fend him off and hold that top. And we come back to the start for our GT classes. And up at the front of them, the ZR2s get going. Look at the start that we had from Alsup and the Retro Rockets machine. He was well ahead by the time they got to the braking here at the 92nd position. And work on Messenger to move up into P2. They're going to be side by side coming up through the S's. There's going to be a loss of time as they compromise the racing line through that climb up the hill. But the battle carries on down the back straightaways. We now check in with our ZR2 class, and the 41 is being challenged by, I believe that's Paley in the 97.7, a false start drive-through. Wow, so a number of teams having problems, and here we get the battle going. Is this actually the 177 right now that we're watching? I think this is, and yes, so that team is going to be disappearing from this, what has become a 3. Now, the 80 is the Nimbus Racing car. That's currently running in 6. The 305, that's the Myota, who I don't think we covered. Got back out on track. Oh, yeah, that's 178 having quite a few problems. That is the Myota just behind them. I mean, it's a great way to advertise yourself if you have aspirations and have those connections. In the meantime, the Retro Rockets team is in. Let's head down to Sloan, who is on the scene.
Good clean stop for right now, just fueling.
Adding to the difficulty is that they are now filled up with fuel. The cars are heavy once again because of the timing of that code 60. So what's going on now is that some drivers will be feeling unhappy about the performance of the car, but also knowing that it's gonna come back to them eventually. 0.7 effectively, and that is the best lap of the race, and that is the best lap of the race by almost 4/100ths of a second.
He is ahead. It was close on the outside. I think it was within the track limits, but now they're going to be side by side. We'll head down to the pits in a moment. For the time being, we got to watch this battle to see how this plays out. This is for position, and once again, the top end speed is in favor of the BMW, easily pulling back ahead. Now, as we watch him try and fight back. Oh, once again, coming to the end of the straight for a brief moment from that angle. Thought he had managed to get side by side. Doesn't look like he is quite there. And he backs off once again.
Is still on here right now, and that is maybe presenting them an opportunity or maybe presenting them another hurdle on the way. We'll have to wait and see throughout the corner. That's a very cheeky try of a move, and that was never going to work out. That door was always going to close. It's like you're showing up at the door and you're trying to sell vacuum cleaners. That's exactly what will happen. The door will close right in your face.
But this is a bit of a long straight up the hill. He's not only going to have to defend, but he's going to have to allow Camden Hibbett to go by. The prototype is clear by the time they get to the braking zone, but he's still got the inside trying to chop down across him. Just enough space is left between the two cars, but now the 96 is ahead, and they've got the inside line up into turn 9 off Camber Corner, and that actually gives the car with downforce a little bit of an advantage. You could see him clambering over the curb on the exit as it bounces. Once again, using the extra downforce that they have, and they are ahead. Now, how long can they stay ahead? This should be a quicker corner for them. Suddenly, the 177 is behind them. I was looking at my time and in scoring, and now we see the BMW back to the front. Wonder if it once again is that straight line speed that the BMW seem to have. The Ginetta faster through the corners and somehow is just in front. Now, can they use this track position?
As we see the pass getting done.
Wow, that was quick.
That was quick.
You know, we're so used to watching the difference in straight line speed with O'Gorman having his struggles. I think we forget that we have two of the BMWs, albeit different types of BMWs. We should. Gavin Vaughn brings Nimbus Racing from the lead down to pit lane. That should mean that Piatek and the number 4 should hop back up to the top spot.
Yeah, love seeing that livery too. It's a very good combination, black and pink on a race car. I love. Now with lap traffic in a multi-class event, it's a little bit more difficult because you sometimes, like you see here, you have traffic coming up at inopportune places. It is effectively ruining the entry to the corner for you. So you have to take a compromised line. You lose a little bit of time behind another car. But generally speaking, you want to go for a certain lap time. You want to keep your laps consistent. And being able to do that in addition to having a pace that's not only consistent but fast is the whole essence of this type of racing. And I do love watching it, just seeing how different teams manage to get that together, what their pace is, and how long they are able to maintain.
Because I'm showing the 908 is on lap 85, while Piatek is currently on lap 87.
Yeah, I'm probably not wanting to go side by side through the SS, rather just giving the way there, heading into that corner and heading into the bus stop and working his way through.
I did notice that they were checking tire pressures, so the teams are keeping an eye on that as we are getting warmer out on the track. Remember, we said 28 Celsius before, about 83 Fahrenheit. Well, now it is up to 33 Celsius. We watch them catch up to the leader in our ZR4s, the 66. Will not want to try and race these two other classes. The AOA racing car is going to allow our leader in the ZR3s to sneak on through it. Actually, I think that's them putting a lap on the AOA racing machine.
Also, they need to run 50% of the race to classify as finished here. So that's why they're still out there competing too, and it's important in terms of the results. But yeah, as you said, pole position for tomorrow.
Watching the 66 and the 12 actually battle for the lead in the ZR4 class, and in fact, I think it's going to be a relatively short battle. Usually this Corvette has been quicker than everybody else. Even with it nerfed, it is still massively fast compared to the rest of its class.
And as they learn, they improve massively. And you see it all throughout the World of Motorsport.
Watching the 41 just go by the 94. Actually, no, this is a battle for the lead. So that's not lapping. And in fact, the 94 is going to get it right back. This is Brian Peel.
We'll also have a code 60 that will begin at in a few seconds time, because there is the 85, I believe, is stopped on track at the moment, the AOA racing
right at
car.
the end. There's what's left of the tire of the 85, actually. Excuse me, not the...
Piatek trying for a very brave move, and they've come very close to each other. Barker now trying to hold on to the lead, but Joe, I don't know. This is Piatek 10 on a charge, and again, they are side by side. Oh, contact!
Oh, I hope there wasn't, because they could still get penalized for that one. And if it was very, very slight. It was a bobble from Piatek. He had the inside. You would think that on the inside of turn 9, that's almost a slam dunk pass, but great job by the 77 to hold him down, prevent him from overtaking. They'll complete another lap.
Yeah, and look at the way they're having to fight that car now around the track. You can see how sideways it's going even on a straight line. Yeah, but this might be a chance to catch up. Look at the traffic here. Are they gonna go 3 wide? Yes, they are. Wow, good job by Barker. Again, identifying the gap and trusting his fellow drivers in order to leave the gap open, because in a 3 wide situation, it's always magnitudes more difficult situation that there's a lead battle going on, and if you're not yourself in an immediate battle, then you can probably afford to lose a couple of tenths in order to make it just a little bit easy for the leaders. Now, it must be said, when we talk about lap traffic situations, so as we know in this series and any multi-class series, the slower classes are in their own race as well, so they don't always have the initiative to jump out of the way right away, instead waiting for a more opportune place to do so to avoid the unnecessary loss of time. But here we've seen some good cooperation between drivers and recognizing the situation and communication.
The 908 is in, the 4 is in, and the 77 are all in. It'll be a competition of the pit teams instead. And remember that there are no minimum pit stop times in this series, so it is all down to how quickly you can refuel the cars. They all must be gravity fed, and we're going to have a driver change for the 77. Ethan Barker doing an incredible job to hold the lead. This race is now going to hand it over to his teammate.
Still got 2 hours and 1 minute remaining. They have to stretch a minute or two at some point. They have to find a lap somewhere.
But we had speculated there could be some team tactics there. Yeah, you're right. They've separated a fair bit.
Yeah, quite a lot of separation. You could see it on the main straight. Maybe 5-6 seconds, I would say, was the gap now between. So the 80 had to drop back just a little bit from their teammate. Here's the 14 and the 85. Both are AOA Racing entry.
Through the final turn, he can leave plenty of room, and he does as he flashes the headlights in celebration. Victory for Nimbus Racing. The 77 car takes the win.
What a performance for them, what a drive. And here we see 10 Retro Rockets Racing, the 41, coming across the line and looking to take the win 10 in the ZR2 class.
It was flawless. I don't think we saw a single issue for this team, as Camburn Performance will win in the ZR3s. The Porsche Boxster is going to take the win for Rockwell Autosport here in Race 1 at Watkins Glen.